I have certainly struggled with meeting health goals that I've set for myself, whether it was losing weight or improving my digestive health or just feeling better. I have also struggled with these things throughout my life. And it can be really devastating and frustrating when you don't see that progress, even on a little tiny little level, when you're working so hard to make changes. And what I've come to realize is that so often these health goals that we're trying to work so hard to achieve are really the result of us not releasing limitations on the forefront of this. Before we start any diet, before we start any workout, before we do any kind of health change, I've really come to believe that we need to first release the limitations and old beliefs around these things that are preventing us from moving forward in a healthy way on these kind of goals. So, number one is simply realizing that we are not the same person we are now that we were before, right? The things that worked for us before may not work again. We're older, we're in a different place in our life, our body has changed. There's so many factors that contribute to an approach. And if it's going to be successful for you or not, then just going on a diet or just starting to work out, right? You have to consider all of what's around you and what influences you and how your body is going to respond to these changes. So I think number one is realizing that we have to look at the right approach and tools and support for who we are today. And that alone is a huge barrier for a lot of us trying to make really big health changes, including losing weight. Secondly, is identifying our own self-imposed limitations. I don't have the willpower. It's never worked before. I'm too busy to exercise. I've tried everything and nothing works. These are all self-imposed limitations. And words are things. They have power, whether we speak them or just think them, they have power over ourselves. So releasing this negative self-talk and these limitations that we self-impose on ourselves can really help move our body in a way that helps us start to move forward on our new health goal. And it creates a healthy environment for us to foster that positive self-talk and self-love that is so needed when you are pursuing a health goal. Next is understanding the origin of the limitation. Sometimes it's inherited. We have come from a long traumatic family of problems that have influenced how we see the world and what our worldview is. It can be past experiences we've had in our own life, social pressures, comparisons to others. All of these things can be a root cause to why we have a limitation today that is preventing us from moving forward on even the smallest health change. And that can really influence how we can change overall, not just in health, but mentally and emotionally as well. We must embrace self-compassion and loving ourselves where we are, even if it's not an ideal weight or thing that's going on with us. Loving ourselves just as we are and releasing all this negativity and limitations we've imposed on ourselves can really help us reframe what it means to set a realistic health goal, get the right support and framework in place to move on it, and to be mindful of what we need to be successful. There's not a clear-cut formula that works for everybody when it comes to health. You are unique in your own way, and what works for you may not work for anyone else. But understanding that and identifying what those support needs are gives you an edge in finally moving forward with important health improvements that you want to make. Take the small steps and practice the celebration of progress, right? And sometimes progress is just admitting you're going to do things differently. They're going to be challenging, but you are up for it, right? Because you've released everything else that has held you back. Holistically, if you need support, I'm happy to do that. I work with a lot of nutritional programs and meal plans and things like that that can help you. And we can even just dig into giving you the right supplementation and tools that you need to be successful in health changes. Find me at dragonspitapothecary.com.